Wave.
Must be anointed cause he be followed by demons, but I'ma stay on my toes, I refuse to be defeated. If you don't see my vision, I'ma make your ass believe it. I'm straight out of Columbus, I have right to be conceited. My family gotta eat, take your words and make you eat it. We tryna make this money, chase this money and repeat it.
Hot topics. Hot topics, y'all. That's what we talking about. I'm not a Nets fan fully, y'all. I do like the Nets because my boy D-Lo plays for them, yes. But I'm a Lakers fan because Brown represents for Ohio everywhere. Never been a Cleveland fan of anything. So, sorry. Cleveland. But everything else, you feel me? Go Buckeyes. So, let's talk NBA though. So, the topic is GMs and everything in the NBA offices being upset about players moving around and taking control of their careers at an early age and at an earlier stage so that they're not getting screwed out of money later on, contract-wise. So, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what happens with the contracts. So, you lose money if you're not with that team. The next team that you go to, say you leave in free agency, the next team can't give you as much money as the team that you were just on. It's a way to try and keep players from moving teams. Which, alright, that's one thing. I don't understand why you get mad about a player moving when you don't. So many of us move. I moved from Ohio to North Carolina. So many people move and change their career so much. But these players are held in such a higher regard. I understand that our hearts are in it because we're fans and everything. Which is, as I said, I'm a player. I'm a fan of players in the NBA more than a team. Because team-wise, let's be real, they could change their path or their future and so fast and just terribly, terribly destroy themselves and destroy you as a fan. But I think it's actually pretty cool about how they're going about it. And let's see, and let's think about it. Everybody wants to say, oh, LeBron's influence is killing. No, it's actually saving a lot more players if you think about it. KD, what did he do? He went about it and he followed LeBron's path about taking control of his contracts and his freedom of about what he's going to do in free agency. And he worked it to perfection just like LeBron. He went OD and went and joined like the best team. I don't support that at all. Because there's been plenty of Miami Heat teams out there. If you look in the future, there's no teams like what you see in Golden State right now. Like, there is no comparison. So, I don't approve of that. I think that you should have kept it on LeBron's stage. And I think if KD was to leave Golden State and to go to, say, New York, and Kyrie was to go there, and LeBron is able to pull off a trade to get AD and not say keep a Kuzma, the league would be more evened out. Because the only problem is everybody's trying to be a Golden State. That's the reason why players are trying to team up so hard. If there's no Golden State, there's no reason to try and get that. There's a more even and spread out chance for the league. Then the Denver Nuggets really has a chance when they don't have a whole bunch of stars. That's another knit and grit team, just like a old Detroit Pistons team, like where there's no like major superstar. Yeah, there's a Djokovic there, but there's nobody who's like really like bam dominant like and just crazy like that. So that would, like I said, that would even out the league. Think about it. So many times Golden State has been saved by just another KD situation or a Clay situation. Man, last night I was watching the game and Steph had 2 points, no field goals, and it's going into the fourth. I literally was on the phone with one of my friends, and I was like, "Watch, he's about to go off. I can see him going for 20 literally in this fourth. Put up 12, I think, in the fourth quarter. It was 10 or 12 in the fourth quarter. It's just an example of like, man, like just the power of what they could do. They literally force-fed him the ball, and they just kept the lead. That's just how good of a team they really are. And like, if you're not chasing that, then there's not that problem or that fear of we need to be that. Like I said, if you keep it like if he would have joined say Washington or another team on Golden State, another team on the Thunder type of level, but has better chemistry, then nobody would have had a problem with it. That's my situation on that. But not to get too far off of it. What I'm talking about LeBron showed players, like I said, if you follow KD's path of taking control of your contracts and everything and not killing yourself long term, which I'm not okay with players stepping out of their contracts. But if a player lets you know when he's trying to work with you, I feel like that would be a lot more smoother than being neglectful and trying to downplay the player and make him a villain in the city. Instead, just trying to work together to both try and see what y'all can do to better make your team. There's not a lot of players that are like Kobe in the AD situation. If you guys just go ahead and you take some young players like Brandon Ingram, Kuzma, Alonzo, those are players who are going to take a little bit of time. They got game. Everybody know they got game. It's just they have to get their game going in the league right. Like look at players like Victor Oladipo. He took him a couple years to get it, but look what he's doing. D'Angelo Russell took him a couple years, but look what he's doing. All those players, you can't just rush them in. They just need a little bit of time. Everybody's not going to be LeBron, Luka, and everything. Look at the young kids in Boston. Like, they played out of their minds last year, but it's a lot to expect the game in and game out of that type of player when he's just molding his game to the league right now. If you be more patient with them, you give them more time, which Lakers really don't have time with LeBron and everything. So Pelicans, you have more time. And the players could grow to love the city, and they would have a team instead of you just going after a Zion. And then you're going to be stuck in a situation 6 years later where you got a player who don't want to be there because you have nobody else around him. At least say you don't do good this year, you have a good young core. If you do get a good draft pick this year, if you do trade him later on, even if you wait. So be patient. Be patient, but. Take a team full of young, good core players who really have a lot of high potential. Who, when they get in year 3 or 4, they could really be really good. They've shown that they can be really good. They just need time and they need to get their bodies right for the game, for playing 82 games in the league, and they need to get their just consistency down. Which that's a big jump in that type of area. So they need to be in an area where they can grow in a good situation, and you have to make good choices with yourself and think what's best for me. If I take these players right now and I don't show that I don't want them, and then I gotta take them later on, they're gonna be like, man, you didn't want me. You did this because it was the best option last minute. So it's no harm in them leaving later on. I'm just saying, think about it like that. So you want a good cohesive history with them throughout the career if you're going to have a star. You don't want to get a Kyrie who, like I said, I don't owe you nothing, man, for me. Y'all did this because this was the best thing that y'all could do. This was the best option y'all had at the time. So this is no like, oh, I owe you anything. Y'all didn't draft me. Y'all didn't do all this. And Anthony Davis has given a lot to his career. They're not winning. He's playing the best he can. And look what the situation they're in. Think about it, you guys. Can't be selfish. But players that haven't listened to LeBron, like, say, a Blake Griffin who's playing in LA dating Kardashians and everything, then moves out to Detroit right after signing a long contract, thinking he was going to be in the situation he was going to be in. But the front office went in a different direction. We're rebuilding. Nope, boom, we're going to send you out. Now look at the position that they're in. But it's all like players are the problem when they want to make sure that they protect themselves and that they can be in a winning situation. They just switch directions right then and there. Or Isaiah Thomas was playing his heart out thinking he about to get a big contract. And then boom, now he's shipped to Cleveland. His whole free agency has changed now because of that. So you want to get mad when a player want to make sure that you can't control his life and do that to him, in which LeBron is laying out the road for that? Nah. I'm all for what the players are doing right now. Because, yeah, these billionaires are losing a couple dollars here in a couple years, but hey, you can go into rebuild. These players can't rebuild their lives, or they can't just rebuild their image after it's been destroyed by an organization. So you live and you die with your decisions. Danny Ainge is doing it right now in Boston, so we're gonna see how it all plays out. I'm excited, so I hope somebody go out there and help my boy Bron. Hey, and shout out. Like I said, only reason I'm wearing this today, y'all, is because my boy D-Lo made it to the All-Star game. I don't care if it is a reserve. He had better stats than Middleton and somebody else, too. So he was getting snubbed anyways for even being made a reserve. So shout out, show respect to my dog. Go Lakers. Go D-Lo. Go Kuzma. Go Bron. You feel me? Hey, man. Go Rams, man. Go Pats. I just want to see a good game. Put on a good game for the boy and the people, man. Hey, until next time, you guys. Catch the wave. Like, subscribe, and let me know what you think. And have some comments, you guys.